It's been a day. You know, it's today was the municipal election here in Alberta. So, everybody all over the province is voting and stuff like that. And I went to go vote. But, well, in my town, which I live in Sundre, there were zero signs to tell you where to go. So it's like, okay, cool. Like I did have to eventually succumb to the internet and look. Because, I mean, usually it's like in one or two spots and they weren't there here in town. So that was kind of annoying. But, oh well. But I have pizza, so I'm happy. That was annoying though, because I drove around town for like 20 minutes and I could not find a polling station. It was ridiculous. So, but you know what? I voted. It's all good now. Got a nice picture of my car in the parking lot with the new blue on the side of it. I love it. But yeah. Just waiting for people. So, sorry. Apologies for those that are watching this in the future. Always waiting for people to come into the chat because it's hard to do this on my own. But I'll just dance like this till somebody comes while holding a cross. That was good. That was very good, actually. Hasn't been that long since I've had Pizza 73, but I love pizza. Big fan of pizza. Yeah, see? Pizza. And yes, I did drive like over 80 kilometers for this, like there and back. So like 40-ish kilometers there, 40-ish kilometers back. Worth it. So worth it. Plus I picked up a couple of groceries too that I needed, so it worked out that way. But love me some pizza. I can like live off pizza, like just about every night. I try not to, but there are times when I have pizza majority of the time. But how you doing? We were just chatting on the Instas. You ate turkey legs. Is that left over from Thanksgiving? Or did you just happen to have turkey legs around your place? Amy, you're doing 3 things at once. Well, you are a big multitasker. That's what we'll say about that. You're a big multitasker. If you're doing 3, that's impressive. Depends on the 3 things, I suppose. But I'm obviously just joking around. And if you're busy doing other stuff, you don't have to be here. It's totally fine. I'll get some other people to join in, I'm sure. Which is I love your company and everything like that. Ooh, that's a bad goal. Hey, I'm actually watching that same Leafs game too. They just showed the because I just got back in. They just showed the replay from the Bunting goal. I'm like, ooh, that's such a bad goal. Like, I'm actually waiting for the Flames game, which starts in about an hour. So that's fair. I mean, depending on most of my streams, I can typically handle it, but I definitely do appreciate you though too, because you have helped. You definitely have. I just haven't had that many trolls in my chat, so not yet. I will get them, I'm sure. But yeah, Ooh, excuse me. Let me just recline. Yeah, it's funny. I have the tripod down there, but I'm not actually gonna grab it. Hey. Well, I definitely appreciate your support here. I mean, like, and most of the channels I'm subscribed to, I really don't comment as much. Like, some of the channels that I really like, I will. There are some channels that I just watch and it's just fun, and don't get me wrong, I might spend more time on them, but I don't really have anything to say about it. And I don't just like saying, "Hey, good video" or stuff like that. I want to make something that's a little more constructive and stuff, and that's just how I am, right? But doesn't mean you have to be, right? You can do what you want. You can even type hi in their chat, right? And be good. I'm in a good mood. Although I was really annoyed earlier, but I'm good now. Because damn election stuff here in Sundry was just stupid. Figured it out though eventually, but my god. Hey Robert, how's it going? That feels nice. Just put that against my head, cool me off. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I'm just here. Actually, oddly enough, me and Old School are doing about the same things right now. We're both watching the Leafs Rangers game. I'm talking on live stream. He's watching live stream, and then he's doing one other thing than I am. But ooh, nice D. No, I think it's still outside of the shop. Because only reason why I actually have the mechanic on Facebook, and I was just scrolling through my feed and I saw that he's at a bar today, so my guess is he's not working today, which is fine. I mean, I understand it's gonna be a longer term project for him. I'm quite positive of that, and it's totally fine. There's no timetable for him to get it done technically. I just hope it's on the road soon because it might the Civic might become kind of like my daily driver, and especially like in the winter because it'll be so much better than my Mustang, just due to how light it is. And being a front wheel drive too, it helps a little bit with that, with the traction. So yeah, I will fix the rust though before I do that, and I don't know. Because my dad kind of wants to paint it. And I mean, I don't, but then at the same time, it's like, I can make it look really good with rail cam, though. Oh, hey, Cincy. How's it going? I definitely appreciate you coming out. And, hey, I mean, I totally understand that. I haven't done as many live streams lately. I'll get into a little more of them again so that, there's more opportunity. Like, last night, I was doing a live stream. I started it at, I think it was like 1:30 in the morning, and I had about 5 people in there. It was kind of cool. Two of them, like one was from Australia, the other one was from New Zealand, which was really cool chatting with them, and we were talking about cars and stuff like that. Hey, absolutely. And something that's interesting though. When am I gonna build a car to face off with the Lotus? Problem is, I don't have the budget to build a car to face off against your Lotus. Like, I would have to... Because, I mean, I'm not even sure. What's your Lotus pushing for power now? Because I genuinely don't actually know. Hey, no worries, Cincy. I completely understand that. I just was bored at night and did it. Well, I mean, because didn't you swap the motor in that thing? Or am I thinking of something else? Because, yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. You put the turbo on it. Which, I'm curious how that's going to affect your reliability of that car because it is a Lotus after all. They don't like to hold up very well. But actually, and something about the Civic, there's a kit that somebody has. They're selling it, and it's only like $550. Even I think it's US, but still, it seems like a good price. Um, that somebody actually has a full turbo kit for a first gen Civic. Doesn't matter what engine you have; they're all basically the same for intakes and stuff like that. So it would be really cool, actually. But yeah, it's just one of those deals. Like, yeah, my Civic has the 1200cc EB3 with the 4-speed manual in it. Makes 67 horsepower. Interestingly enough, it actually has domed pistons in the EB3s. And they make, I think it's like 8.2 to 1 compression. You can up the compression by decking the head and stuff, but will I do that? Probably not, or at least not right away. It might be something down the road, potentially. Because chances are the Civic is going to become my car. I have a strange feeling. Whether my dad gives it to me or I buy it off of him, either or, it's totally fine. I'm the one facilitating everything. Well, see, most people actually that have one, yeah, exactly. It's only 1,500 pounds. The thing is, actually, what's more common for swaps, is not actually a K swap, but a B18 or a B16 swap. And the thing is, those are the most common, but then something that's a much easier swap to do, not that I'm swapping the motor though, but like what I've heard is a first gen Accord engine. They are a 16 to 1800cc. All you need is custom motor mounts, and they pretty much bolt right in, so it's kind of cool, and they fit great. And they give you so much more power too than the 67 horsepower that the little it's I think like 80 or 90 horse, something like that. Yeah, I'm not putting an LS in a frickin' Civic. God, no. I would never, ever do that. Like, crazy ideas I've had with the car, and not that I'm gonna do them, but I've had way weird ideas to do. Well, what would sending you the pistons do? Because, I mean, I know you have a shop and stuff like that, but, I mean... I'm curious what you'd be able to do, because, like, the thing is to... That's fair. I mean, I don't... It would be cool, but I'm not looking to do that. Like, I don't really want to take the motor apart or anything like that. Just not a fan of that. Sorry, Robert. I mean, I would love to, but it's not something that I don't want to take the motor apart. And I'm not putting an SR20 in it either. Like, I'm not swapping the engine out, people. Okay? Not gonna swap the motor. Although, like, a crazy idea that I had of just like, okay, if I had a lot more fabrication skills and stuff like that, is I know where there is a Prelude 4WS stick that got T-boned hard. Oh, hey, Old School, I definitely appreciate that. Actually, I'm only looking for two things right now, because one, I can fix, like, I can get made myself, so it's not at the end of the world. I can use whatever for that. But the other thing is, on the rear quarter windows, I need I need the clip for one of the rear quarter windows. That's what I've been looking for actually for months, because the one is broken on this one. So, and the sunroof, if these have a sunroof, I'm looking for the pin as well, but I can make a pin. That's not the end of the world for the sunroof. But anyways, with these Prelude 4WS, it is a 89, I think, 5-speed car. And like I said, it got T-bone hard, but it still runs and drives. and with the four-wheel steering, and I thought, how cool would it be to swap the four-wheel steering, to swap the engine, to swap the tranny into the Civic? Like, it would just be amazing. The thing would make about 110-ish horsepower and have four-wheel steering. It's just would be dope, but I'm not going to do that because I don't have the fabrication skills, plus it's kind of unusual to find a stock original first-gen Civic. Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't want to. There's a difference. Right? It's just like when everybody says, oh, you should put a 302 in your Mustang or put an LS in it or whatever else like that. I don't care how easy it is. I'm not doing it. And here's the thing. I got a perfectly functional 1200cc motor in that car that runs better than my car. Like, legit. Ah! God, you... Ah! Stop it. Oh, jeez. But yeah, it's just, Okay, so that is old school messaging me on Instagram, which I'll take a look at that later. New Celine. I haven't seen a new Celine Mustang. Now I gotta look that up. 2022 Celine. Because I didn't think Celine was still. Yeah, I know. I did read the message that you sent, and then the thing that it was the picture of that, which I might be able to pull that up on my computer here. As slow as this damn thing is. 2022. Old school co-op on building a motor. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Old school co-op on building the motor. Not like basically what I want to do to the car is okay. Make sure everything is good in it. Just drive it for a while because I get like 48 miles to the gallon. They're fantastic, right? You don't always need a bunch of power. Like Stitch is gonna be my fun car, and then Papa Smurf will be fun, but at the same time kind of daily driver. Oh, that is kind of yeah. It kind of does have a Charger-esque front end, doesn't it? That's cool. I actually I like the look of that. Okay, let's see if I can pull up Instagram on my computer. I might be able to. That Celine Mustang's cool though. I like that. There, so it's not completely glaring off here. Instagram. Whenever it loads. Thank you, man, because I'll check out these. So you can do amazing things with just one chip. Did anybody say anything in the chat here? Nope. Nobody has yet. All good. Figure somebody may have. Gillette ProGlide and ProGlide Gel. 5 blades and a pivoting flex ball designed to get virtually every hair on the first stroke while washing away dirt and oil. So you're ready for the day with a fresh face for a fresh start. Alright, I'll try that. Oh, then it's this. Try to remember. I have a few different passwords for stuff, so I'm just trying to remember which one I used for Instagram. I made it so long ago. There we go. Okay, now I'm logging in. I'll check out the. Good luck with that. I mean, I love. Don't get me wrong. I love JDM stuff, but for the most part, I can't afford proper JDM stuff. What was that? Oh, that was just my email confirming. Hey, did you sign in on a new device? Yes, I did. Ooh, those are both real. I mean, I understand why those are in the junkyard. They're really rough. Let's see. That is okay. That's not new enough. That first one. Let's look at this one. It doesn't have the bumper outside it. Damn it. Because also something else I'm looking for too is on the rear bumper on the 78 to 79s have these rubber bumperettes on the ends of them. I'm looking for those. Because ours are missing. Which, and typically, anytime you take them off, they usually break. So it's kind of annoying that way. But yeah, really, the only thing I need off of any of those two cars, because they both have them, is sure. Really, I just need one part. Uh, uh, but that's really, I just sent you the only thing that I really need is that. Other than that, I have just about everything else, and like, and also, I will put their and if these happen to be there and not destroyed, because I don't see them in those pictures, because I think those two are the wrong years. Which I would just actually swap the bumpers entirely, but I appreciate it. Thanks. And I don't know what you just said in Japanese. Oh, fast. Okay. Yeah, I mean, hopefully the owner is still alive. That would be unfortunate if they did pass. Oh, and question for you guys because there is a there's something that's for sale, and me and my dad are just unsure. It is they actually turned it into a trailer. They're asking way too much for it. It's an Argo 8x8. And what he says, because we're thinking about just buying it for parts and mainly just the tires because they're like brand new and the Argo is going to need some tires. But he says that it has brand new tires and BRGS. Does anybody know what BRGS stands for? Because no idea. Looking it up, it doesn't make any sense. Um, and yeah, they're asking 1,800, and like my dad bought. No, don't get me wrong. He got a screaming deal on his, but running, although not running super well and needing some work, for 1,250, and the body's mint. So I don't know. Like I'm thinking that if my dad could pick it up for like 800 bucks, because new tires for those are like 2 grand. So, because yeah, it is gonna need tires, and although it doesn't have the tires that we want on it, because we want the paddle tires for water, so that it can actually go across the water easier. But yeah, just one of those deals. And I still haven't seen the Argo in person yet. I know that just got a new fuel pump for it, and my uncle was installing that. Um, I haven't been up to my uncle's place in quite a long time because it's actually my dad's machine. But Argos can have 6 or 8 wheels. So yeah, the 8 wheel one's the most desirable. This one is an 80s with the Kohler 16 horse motor. We just don't know exactly what year it is. We think it's an 82 or 83, but not 100% positive on that. What do I think of a 66 Mustang with a 6 liter LQ4? I mean, cool, but it's not really the motor that I'm like. I love the car. Motor is less than desired for me. They're a fantastic engine, don't get me wrong, but I'm just not a fan of an LS due to how common they are and everything, right? You can find those everywhere. And what is my dad using the Argo for? He just wanted one for a long time, like to go and um use it for like fishing, use it just for general off roading and having fun, right? It's just a toy. That's all it is. So who knows? He might use it hunting. And yes, I do love patina vehicles. This is true. Okay, that's not always true. There are some vehicles that have surface rust I couldn't care less for. But if it does have surface rust and it has that patina, I like it more than normal. And it's kind of like with the Civic because we're debating on what to do. Exactly, because like if both the sides matched each other, then we just clear coat the car. But due to the fact that there isn't any, because you can tell the passenger side was left in the sun more, like wherever it was, because it's a lot more faded compared to the driver's side. That's like really nice looking. So maybe we can re-clear coat it or something. Well, the difference is rust and surface rust. I don't like actual rust, but I like surface rust. There's a difference. Which, like, and here's the thing, with the patina cars and stuff like that, they're actually starting to bring money now too, depending on what it is, but because it's a whole thing now, so it's a style, and I've always loved those though, even before it became in vogue. Well, there are plenty of stupid things you can say, but I wouldn't advise it. Exactly. Now, don't get me wrong. I like something that is like super mint and perfect, but then the problem is when you have something like that though is that you're scared to like take it out and whatever else. So that's the struggle I'd have. Like if Stitch ever gets a proper paint job, excluding the little rattle can stuff that I was doing today, which and I'll continue to do that on Thursday when it's warm again. Um, you know, oh exactly, like and with me, Yeah, well, see, and the thing is, um, oh hey, Mark's here. Cool, sweet. Like, and the thing is, I love driving condition too. That isn't like super rusty or anything like that. So. My pizza. Ow. Hmm. That's fair. And Mark, you're too far away to try and share the pizza with, so sorry. Even though I bought myself a large pizza because I wanted to. Mhm. Yeah, that's fair. That's absolutely fair. Like for me, it depends on the spray bomb job because, like, well, for example, look at my car. The driver's side where I painted the other day, it looks freaking fantastic. Um, but the passenger side looks like crap, and it was just trying to do the prep was a pain in the butt. You know, and that's the thing. Actually, I have such a high metabolism. It is insane. Like, so that's why I can stay skinny and yet eat crap like this all the time. Well, hey Robert, I say splurge. Splurge on Reese's ice cream cake. Do it. And I'm not that active, to be honest. Like, I don't get out that often anymore. I mean, and I can thank my mother for this metabolism because she's the same way. Chocolate mint ice cream. See, for me, I'm kind of boring when it comes to food, to be honest. Like, for me, if I was still able to eat cake without feeling like absolute dog crap after I ate it, just a regular sort of white or vanilla cake is fine with me. I love it. Well, hey, I drink a lot of water too, so it's nice to be able to drink something else though every once in a while. And I normally don't have Sprite, so see, and I don't drink coffee actually. I drank coffee when I was like really young, but not no more. See, and that's understandable. Like, I can totally understand that. It's sad to hear about a kidney stone, but it happens, right? Yeah, like I've never had a kidney stone. I don't ever want one. Did I? Okay, I did put it in the fridge. Yeah, okay. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, any of those really high sort of um high stress and high like physically demanding jobs are the worst. And oh my god, watching this hockey game because I'm watching the Leafs game right now. Um, and the thing is, and I thought something that I just saw that I thought I'd never ever see. There is actually advertisement on the boards for TikTok on hockey. Like, are you kidding me? Like I don't get me wrong, I love TikTok. I'm on TikTok all the time, but it's like, do you really need advertising in the NHL for TikTok? Like, frick. Oh, that's just too funny. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I'd much rather deal with a lotus than kidney stone, though. My personal opinion, because one's physically painful, the other one's mentally painful. I would take the mental because I've been dealing with mental pain for a lot of my life. TikTok is it's a lot different than YouTube. Like, don't get me wrong, there are some stuff that's kind of similar to YouTube, but like, max a video could be is only 3 minutes long. Most videos are under a minute, and a lot of it is just how do I describe TikTok? A lot of TikTok is just um like, I don't know how to describe TikTok. It's like, and the thing is, and there's different sides to TikTok too. Like, I have fallen into lesbian TikTok, which has been fun. Um, and it's just mostly there are some people that are acting stupid, yeah, but not all. Like, to be honest, the ones that I follow aren't. Um, Not what you think, to be honest. Like, don't get me wrong, there is some like thirst, sort of like very sexy TikToks for lesbians and stuff, but then it's mostly just like people talking and like kind of enjoying life and whatever else, and they just have a different philosophy when it comes to that. It's fun, to be honest. And there's some very gorgeous women on there, so it's kind of a win-win. And I've made a few friends already on TikTok, so it's kind of fun. Like, there's one that I want to. There's a girl actually in Ontario that I want to meet, but the thing is, though, like, there's a lot of stuff with TikTok that unfortunately they will censor a lot of stuff that shouldn't be censored. Like, for example, you do a burnout in your car and it can actually be flagged and saying this is dangerous, and it doesn't show up in your For You page when you're scrolling through, and it's kind of sad. You have to physically go to their profile to see that stuff. And it's like, what the hell? That's true. Yeah, well, it's changed a lot now. It's changed quite a bit in the past few months. So, and there's so much stuff that gets taken down because it gets flagged automatically by TikTok at times, and it's sad. Nothing I've done has been flagged, which is interesting because like I did a full video, and it's actually the song that I used in the video was "Kickstart My Heart," and it was just clips from. Okay, I never said full nudity. I never ever said that. Plus, there's not even like even partial nudity for that matter. Yeah, that's totally fair. Like I did a video on TikTok where I took I took footage from my 100 subscriber celebration, which is me just drifting around the corner there in my car and having fun. I also took footage from the 300 subscriber celebration, kind of added them together in this video, edited it a little bit, and yeah, to and all of this is like synced to Kickstart My Heart. It was freaking fun. Love that video, but that hasn't been flagged yet, which I'm shocked by. You can actually. When you hit 5,000 followers, you actually get monetized, or you can be monetized on TikTok. So I'm only like at 187, 190, something like that right now. So I got a ways to go. But I've only been on there for not even a month yet, so it's been pretty good progression so far. And like, I mean, I'm monetized here. Yeah, yeah, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. What, are you talking about my trailer? I'm not sure how wide my trailer is actually. I don't, because it's not a 14. It might be a 12. It's not very wide though. Tape it. Okay, now I'm confused, Mark. I don't know what you're saying. Sweetie. I has a kitten. He's a kitten. Hey, rascal. Oh, I'm I'm not gonna go grab my measuring tape, which I don't even know where it is currently. Actually, I think it's in the trunk of my car, so that doesn't really do me much good right now. Because also, I'm waiting for the hockey game to come on, and I mean, I'm watching a hockey game, but I'm waiting for the next hockey game to come on. Jeez. Yeah, this was built in the 70s. It is 12. I mean, I've seen 10 wides too back then. Um, but yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a 12. And my room is freaking tiny in here too, so it's kind of annoying. That was a nice part about when we had the modular home. It had I had a much bigger room there. I wouldn't even say it's cozy, because it's not. It's too damn small. Considering I share my room with a washer and dryer too, so there's that. Ooh, that was close. Like, and the thing is, in between the damn cat. God, I hate when he lawns off me like that. The thing is, in between my bed and the dryer slash washer, I've only got about that much space in between. That's it. I can't really access my dresser. I can only access about 2 or 3 drawers, and because there's just no room. So yeah, it's not even cozy. It's just it's annoying and it pisses me off, to be honest. But my dad still hasn't moved either the washer or the dryer out, because at least I can move my dresser over to where they are and it would be fine. But nope, lived here for 4 years, still hasn't happened yet. I mean, okay, this place only cost 25 grand, but it this was the cheapest one in Sundry. So, like for example, the one next door was 40 grand. So there's that. But this place does need work. Don't get me wrong. It's nowhere near perfect. Okay, the difference is though is depending on where you are, because here it's like real estate in Sundry is ridiculous, to be honest. Yeah, see, that doesn't count. At least mine is together and it doesn't. It needs some work, but it's not like imperative right now. Like the deck now needs to be rebuilt, which that's gonna cost a pretty penny. Which we were gonna kind of do some of that this summer, but we didn't. Bought some wood and everything for it, but then never got around to it. But it's kind of one of those deals, just like I'm not building the entire deck by myself. So you've been there for I thought has it really been a year already? Because I thought you were in. Oh, okay, cool, very cool. And build a garage where and with what? Where am I supposed to put a garage? There's no room. You've seen my videos and where I am. There's no room for a garage. Yeah, it takes a little more than wood to do that. Not really. I've done like a full sort of tour of my yard and stuff. It's not. It's very small. Like, it's a trailer park. There's no such thing as a yard in a trailer park typically. We've got our shed, which, and there's no way you're gonna, like, don't get me wrong, the Civic might fit back there, but beyond that, you're not really gonna fit anything else. Yeah, because you're in Toronto, so it's a little different. This is a little trailer park that it honestly I don't have a yard really. When it's all said and done, I mean, my yard, I mean, might be as wide as the Civic. And yeah, it is. I don't even know how much space there is, but there's maybe like 20 or 30 feet lengthwise and about the width in between the deck and the house next door. Because they can. Like, the thing is, trailer parks are typically frowned upon. Because they're just a cheaper housing that nobody cares about, and it's one of those deals. So they make it so you have the least amount of land as possible.
Not getting the insurance advice you need? Switch to Desjardins and get a Desjardins agent who gets to know you and let you
We own. It's actually my dad that owns it. But yes, we do own. Just don't own the land. We rent the land, but own the house. Yeah, that's a lot of freaking work there, Roberto. My dad is a security guard at a pot plant. And Mark, I mean, that'd be cool. But again, I don't even have room for that. Yeah, well, I can believe it that took about a year because there's a lot there. But yeah, it's one of those deals. Like, I would love a carport, but I don't even have room to do one of those. So it's a struggle. Well, someday I might. I mean, there's problem is you're all the way on the other side, like you're in the states. Plus, you're on the other side of the continent. So, like, don't get me wrong, I do want to eventually get down there, but it's just one of those deals where money is the tough part because I'm always broke. Until YouTube takes off, I can't really travel very much. Like, yes, I'm going to Edmonton tomorrow, but can I really afford it? No. I don't care, Snapchat. Frick. I hate when Snapchat keeps giving you the same notification that you don't care about. It's so annoying. But yeah, I mean, maybe, but I don't know if each of my subscribers did $10, probably could, but that's not gonna happen. The fact that it's mostly non-subscribers that actually watch my content. Like subscribe compared to non-subscribed for a lot of my videos, it's like depending on the video, anywhere between 80 to 95% unsubscribed. So I don't know. Are you? I'm assuming you are because you popped into the live stream pretty quick. So my guess is yes. It should be actually just underneath the video screen. It should tell you if you're subscribed or not. Regardless if you're on PC or mobile, it's going to be in the same spot. Yeah, it'd be really sad if Toronto loses this game because, oh my god, watching it is just. They're outplaying the Rangers so badly, but yet can't score to save their lives right now. Hey, all good. Yeah, I'm so excited for tomorrow. Ah! I don't care. Go away, Facebook. God, so many people are trying to get. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, there we go. Ah, okay. Why is this not sitting there properly? Come on. There we go. That's better. Yeah. And I'm not sure what you're saying really too. I apologize. I was stuff was happening with the phone. It was being annoying. But like, cause I was gonna say, cause tomorrow, I mean, the carb is going to be put on the car. And it's gonna be amazing. The lights. Oh, you're talking about my car. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, I love my car too. Yeah, I mean, technically Stitch is my only car, so, you know, as much as I talk about the Civic being mine, it's not technically mine. Not yet. So. Because, yeah, and like something that I'll have to do with the Civic is the rockers need to be replaced. Oh, Lilo? I sold her months ago. Did you not see that? Lilo, like, the motor was hurt in Lilo. I could not afford to really keep her... Like, I could have kept her around, but it would have made a lot of other stuff hard to do at the time, so... The $2,750 I got for the car was a great price, to be honest, with the motor being the way it was. And, yeah, because it needed a motor swap. That motor had a washed out cylinder, it was knocking, it was terrible. I delivered it to Calgary, and I didn't think I was going to make it, to be honest. Because, yeah, I was, you know, drove it from here to Calgary, and the guy that bought it off of me, he gave it to his wife, and they're in the midst of still swapping that motor. Because about a week ago, I messaged him, and it said, hey, how's my old car doing, whatever else, and he's like, oh, the 302 is in it now, but it's not running currently. Just haven't had time, and you know, that's totally, I get it. He runs the shop, so it's all good, but at least, you know, that's happening. But if they do ever get rid of it, I have the first right of refusal though. So, which, if I can make it work financially, I'll get that car back because I miss that car. Like, to a certain degree, I regret selling it, but at the same time, it's like I needed to sell it. Yeah, like I could have made it really fun, but then also like I didn't want to because what we were gonna do is, you know, put a 302 in it and stuff like that, but a built 302, which is the same car I was gonna potentially put in Stitch, and then I ended up not doing that. But I wouldn't have been able to retain any of the options really. Like, okay, the air conditioning would have been gone. The cruise control would have been gone and stuff like that. So just like, yeah. Oh, wait, you put Fairmont taillights in your Mustang? I don't remember seeing that. Interesting. Ah! I'm not supercharging Stitch. I'm turboing Stitch. Which, I mean... hang on a second. Move stuff out of my way. Do not fall over stuff. Because, got a turbo right here. I don't know if I'm actually going to utilize this turbo or not, though. Because it's not the most ideal... The most ideal part about this turbo, it's a small turbo for that motor. It's a 46 millimeter. It's an IHI AS12. So it's actually off of a diesel. But I don't know if I'll utilize this turbo or not. Because I might just go to a T4 instead, because I might be able to get a T4 for free. Because if so, then I'm going with T4. Otherwise, this is the best turbo because it's a free turbo. Because I didn't pay anything for it. But it's in good shape. It's missing a blow-off valve, though. And that's the same as, like... Technically, no. Because the plan that I have, if it'll work, which don't get me wrong, I'd much rather have a header that has a turbo mount on it. But if not, well, my stock exhaust, like my stock exhaust manifold, actually on the front of the manifold, they there is a tube that goes to a catch can, which actually I have the catch can right here because I deleted it and I haven't thrown it out yet. I kind of do that when I remove parts. I really don't get rid of them. But, you know, it had this little catch can on it, right? And it goes into the stock air box. So, you know. Oh, there's a bunch of crap in there. Where did that scrap come from? Mark, what are you going on about? I know that. I'm not sure what you're trying to say here. Wow, no wonder this thing is just a piece of crap. Right? But this is the old catch can. It was just an emissions thing, right? So, but it goes right into the exhaust manifold. So you take the exhaust manifold and just remove the tube that held this and put the turbo on there. You know, get a mount made, put the turbo on there, and utilize it that way. And then something that I want to do as well, because instead of routing it all the way over top of the motor and up top, what I might just do is, if it'll work, and I'm not sure, because the EGR is physically bolted to the exhaust manifold, or the intake manifold. So it's like, I wonder if I could route the turbo actually into where the EGR mounted to, and make it go like a draw through instead of a blow through setup. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that. I'll have to do a little more research and talk to my buddy Roy about it. So, photos of what? The intake and stuff? To be honest, tomorrow I probably won't be able to get you pictures because I'm going to be busy all day. Oh god, this was full of just a bunch of crap. I mean, yeah, because like basically, because the EGR mounts just underneath the carburetor, so theoretically it should be able to work. But we'll see for sure. I mean, like I said, I've got somebody when I go up tomorrow to Edmonton. There's a guy that I know that I'm seeing that we're gonna install the carburetor together and stuff like that. There will be a video on that. And I'll just ask him what his opinion of it is because he really knows his stuff. Like Roy Marco here on YouTube is phenomenal when it comes to his knowledge on vehicles. So, and you know, modifying them and stuff like that. Okay, are we gonna be able to get the game when it starts? Or no? It's not looking like it. That's annoying. But yeah, so Oh yeah, no worries, Robert. Appreciate you coming on the live stream. And yeah, I will chat at you later. Yeah. Ciao. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to watch the end of this Rangers Toronto game before I get the Flames game. It's kind of annoying. Even though this is on Sportsnet West, when this should be the Flames game. You know, who knows? This might go into overtime at this point, because it's kind of looking like it might. Even though Toronto has dominated the Rangers this whole game. But let's do my nails here while I wait. Because also, like, none of you are chatting no more, so it's a little difficult. Because I mean, like, and that's the thing, and I totally understand. There always isn't something to say, and I know that wholeheartedly because I'm the one that does these live streams. But it helps when you guys are chatting, though. That's for sure. Because yeah. Oh god, that looks like crap, but it always does. You're interested in this turbo idea? Well, I mean, the thing is, I'm not sure if it's gonna work the way I want it to. I think it will, but we'll have to see for sure. Like, I'm gonna talk with again my buddy Roy about it tomorrow, and because like my basic plan is on the stock manifold, bolt the turbo to that because there actually is a spot on the front of the manifold that you could bolt it to. It's better if you bolt it to the back because you get more pressure through it, but you know, it's fine. And I want to, like I said, where the stock EGR is, because it's still there. I've deleted the lines and stuff, but the EGR valve is still there. Just see if I can route the turbo into that instead of putting it through the carburetor. It'd make it so much easier, to be honest. So much easier. But you know, if it does happen, cool. If not, no worries. But yeah, and I mean, like, and the thing is, because this turbo that I have is off of like I don't even know what it actually came off of, but they came on like Volkswagen diesels and stuff, and also like smaller diesels as well, like a Perkins diesel for like a welder and stuff. But you know, and yeah, and my buddy just gave it to me. It's actually in good shape. There's zero play in the the turbine, and yeah. But I might be able to get a T4 turbo for free, so we shall see. Okay. Saber, you're not helping. I'm trying to do my nails, and you're not helping. You're not gonna be able to get pet for a minute because I'm not done yet. You could have waited until I was done. Eh? What do you mean extending the exhaust? Are you referring to putting tailpipes on it? Because yes, that is in the works, but it's just not a high priority at the moment. See, I mean, I would much prefer a supercharger, don't get me wrong, but a turbo is so much easier to do. Because, yeah. Okay, Saber, God! You're not making this easy! Just lay down. Lay down. There we go. Hell no. And supercharged kits really are like, and the thing is, if I wanted to supercharge my car, everything would just be custom made. So, and it's hard to do because I'd have to go with more like a pro charger setup on my car versus a traditional, like your regular supercharger. So at that point, it's just like, okay, why not just use a turbo instead? Just makes it better in the end. Because I like superchargers more than turbos, but there's nothing to be said about a turbo though compared to a supercharger, because they're simpler and they're typically cheaper and stuff like that. I mean, my car's getting a turbo. I have a turbo right next to me that's going to go on stage. It's a cheese pizza. It is Pizza 73 cheese pizza. I would grab that, but as you can see, I just did my nails and they look like crap, but I'll fix them when they dry. But, yeah. You know, like, in the 200 inline-6, you can actually boost them pretty decently. Like, they only take about 10 pounds of boost before they, crack the internals, but, yeah. Oh. Wow. Wow, that was close. Yeah, sorry, I'm watching this Leafs Rangers game. I don't really care who wins this, but it's a very tight 3-on-3 right now. Wow. Yeah, no. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, because like the stock 200 inline-6, they will take 10 pounds of boost before they just eventually crack internally, and then or 300 horsepower, and then the connecting rods will snap. Either or, it'll break on you. So you do have to be a little careful with them, but if you change out the internals, you can boost them to the moon. Like, there's a guy that I know that boosted one to 530 horsepower, and it was actually streetable and reliable. So he changed out everything to do that, though. Like, with my setup, I'm probably going to be around 250 to 280-ish horsepower. So it's not going to be like a ton, but it'll be a lot better than it is now. That's sure, when I'm done with it. Exactly. Like, it's not like the car isn't fun now, but, you know, just make it a lot better. Not make it such a gutless wonder. How are they not scored yet? Holy crap. But yeah, and it is incredible that he made 530 horsepower from it. I do know a guy, he's on my friends list actually on Facebook, that he made 389 horsepower naturally aspirated. Holy crap! Well, I'm sorry, this game is just wild watching this 3-on-3. It's so back and forth, and like Toronto should have just scored there, and they didn't. Like, oh god, I love good hockey. And Jack Campbell just robbed him too. This is just insane. so close. But yeah. And actually, I did not see. Did anybody type anything else? But yeah, so the 5 out of 30 was very impressive. But like the guy that made 389 naturally aspirated, I think is more impressive. Oh. And the Leafs lose. Oh. Ouch. Well, hey, now I get to watch the Flames game. Yay! And yes, I am a big hockey fan, to be honest. I love a good hockey game. Like, and actually on the 30th, I'm actually going to be watching a game live in person. So, the Flames are versing the Flyers, and I'm really excited for that. Yeah, that's rough. But yeah, I don't know what to say anymore. Although actually I will mention it because I mentioned it when nobody was here. Is today was the municipal election for all of Alberta. And well, trying to find a polling station was so difficult because there was no sign set up to where you should go, and the usual spots didn't have anybody. So I basically drove around town for about 20 minutes, and I got really frustrated, and I went out to Olds and got pizza. That's what happened today. And then I'm all ready for tomorrow, although I do need to have a bath tonight. For the trip up to Edmonton, so will be exciting. Can't wait for that.
So this would fall under auto, not home, I'm guessing.
And then get the carburetor in my car, and it'll run so much better and have better power and be better on fuel. Be fantastic. Who knows? I might actually get the 27 that they say they should get from the factory. I'll find out when I come back from Edmonton, that's for sure. Well, nobody's really talking in the chat anymore, so, and I'm running out of things to say. Yeah, I just saw that, Old School. That was a wild 3-on-3. Watching that. Which, you know, like, Leafs should have won that game, but, you know, what happens. Right? But anyways, well, Matthews has been out for a while, right? So, you know, he hasn't played for a little bit. This is his first game back, so he's gonna be a little rusty, that's for sure. Oh, you found me from Rust Brothers Restorations group. Ah, okay, cool. Cool. Ooh, well, that following the Leafs since '86. That's rough, and I feel sorry for you. But yeah, and it is interesting though when people actually say where they found my channel and stuff like that, because I'm always curious, you know, of where people find my stuff, because a lot of it's gonna be from Facebook. But well, I do feel sorry because I'm a Flames fan, so Flames haven't really done anything since 2004. and I still think they should have won in 2004, but you know, it's fine. And speaking of which, are we gonna get the freaking Flames game on the TV? It's already started. Pretty sure they already dropped the puck and everything. Like, come on, what's going on? Is it on Pacific? Nope. Oh, you're one of the very few that have found my channel that way. But that's cool. I mean, so like, I'm assuming you found... I'm assuming that was the starting the car for the first time video. No? Was it the video that when I first acquired the car? But you've been here for a while, so. And see, I love my new exhaust. I just don't like how close the mufflers are to the axle. But other than that, I love it. It sounds amazing. And yeah, it's everything that I could have wanted. So it's a win-win. And it's funny that people say, "Oh, dual exhaust and an inline six. What are you doing?" It's like, why not? It sounds good, and it performs better too, actually. Oh, that video. Okay. That was a video I did just before the starting video. Yeah, okay. Cool. I forgot I did that video, actually. And I mean, because that video has, I think, like 1,500 views or so. Ouch. My old exhaust was really rusty, had a bunch of rust holes in it, and it just needed to be replaced, so that's why I cut it all out and did it. But I eventually just farmed it out to the shop. And it's so funny, there was a guy that said, "Please tell me you did not pay any more than $20 for that piece of crap exhaust." I'm going, the exhaust is fine. Some of the welds could have been a little better, don't get me wrong, but much better job than I could have done. And the price wasn't terrible either. Okay, what was that? Okay, that's GameStar, but where's the game? Like, hello? I don't care about hometown hockey. I want to watch my frickin' Flames, thank you. That's annoying. So I mean, it would have been somewhere around that, because I remember I was looking at stuff and you commented on one of my videos from like May, I think.
Okay, I have what? Well, the secret sauce.
This is annoying. Where's the frickin' hockey game? Ugh. This is irritating. But, oh well. This is what it is. Yeah, don't get in between a Canadian and their hockey. We don't like it. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely satisfied with the exhaust though, overall.
You haven't had that sauce. We'll have to get you a batch of that sauce.
Well, thank you, Snail. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you. And thanks for coming up to the live stream as well. I really do appreciate it. And as well, for any of you that are here, because I only see one, hit that like button. We're only at 1 right now. There's 4 people. That should be at 4. At least 4. And yes, tomorrow, Edmonton, gonna be visiting Roy Marco of Roy Marco's Garage. We're gonna be installing the carburetor, the new carb, because you know I got the new adapter and I've got the 2-barrel carb. And yeah, do that. maybe put some line lock on the car, do some burnouts. We'll see. And other than that, also go on a cruise as well. In Sherwood Park. So it should be very exciting. I know there's one person that I guess they're like a really big fan of me and they want to meet me. So, 3.5. It's not a 4-hour drive. Well, actually, it depends if the Hyundai is still all screwed up. It might be a 4-hour drive. But I mean, I'm gonna be leaving early though, because I'm gonna get up at about 8 o'clock or so. No, you're forgetting that a Civic can still do $110 just fine. It'll take a while, but it'll get up to $110. Just like my Mustang struggles, but it'll get there eventually, and then it'll maintain it. I mean, if one comes along, maybe. I did enjoy having that van as brief as it was, because I only owned it for about 2 weeks. And, you know, I did enjoy driving it around. But, you know, I think I got all the money out of it, because it's actually for sale right now. They're asking what they bought it for, which was $2,000 now. They were asking $2,700, now they're down to $2,000. And I mean, I got lucky when they bought it because I didn't think I was going to be able to sell it for quite that. But I was very happy when I did. Yeah, I found the ad for it. Yeah, I ain't doing that. Sorry, I'm not doing the whole van life thing. Don't get me wrong, van life is kind of cool, but I like my Mustang, thank you. Even though, yes, I could sell my car for about $6,000. And I mean, like, and to a certain extent, do I miss that van? Kind of, but at the same time, no. I like vans, I really do, but they're not like a hey, I really need one or really, really want one. Not really. I do like them though, and I would own another one in a heartbeat. But it's not like I'm actively searching for one. Well, and yeah, and the interesting part, because like my Mustang, it's got a unique style for sure. You know, and that's what I'm going for, because when it's done, there won't be another one like it. So, and there's technically even right now there isn't another one like it. Depending on the motorhome, I mean, you can pick up an old motorhome for like $2,000. That's actually like decent. It still needs some work, but it's a decent motorhome. Bigger ones are not a ton more than that, like maybe 8. Like $5,000 to $8,000, just depending. Well, see, my Mustang doesn't do that for me. Like, not right now, because it's a gutless wonder, right? But when it's built, it'll be such a fun car. Okay, why aren't we getting? Can they please show the Flames game? Because, like, jeez. This is irritating. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to watch a hockey game at the same time, but they're not putting it on TV right now, even though they should be. Is it gonna be here? Let's see when this goes back to non-commercial. Yeah. You know, and like in my car, when it has a turbo on it, when it has a new carburetor on it, when it has a new cam in it, you know, when we do everything to it, the thing is gonna be such a fun car. But for now, it's just kind of a slow, you know, gutless wonder, but fun in its own right. Just not as fun as it would be if it had a little more power. That's all. Because you pin it and you don't go anywhere. It's just like, nah. But and the car won't even do a burnout because of the torque converter. The torque converter has a limiter on it of like 1800 RPM. It's really annoying. You need about 2400 RPM to do a burnout. I only know that because my convertible, like Lilo, only I think it was 2400 RPM and it started doing burnout. So that's fair. I mean, it doesn't have like so being a 305 doesn't have like a ton of torque, but it's still fun. You know, that's totally cool because like there are so many like so many people would just swap that 3050 for a 350 or an LS. So it is kind of cool that you've retained the 305 at least for now. Hey, that's cool. Like, do you have any plans to try and hot rod it at all, or just keep it absolutely blown stop? Either or, like that's cool, regardless of what you do. But it's just like, you know, I'm curious. Figures can be okay. That's cool. I can totally respect that. Actually, that's pretty neat. Nope. Back here. There we go. Finally, there's the frickin' hockey game. Jeez. Just off the post. Yeah, that's fair, and that's how I learned, to be honest. Um. Okay, well, at least I didn't miss much. Um. But yeah, like when I didn't really learn how to work on a car until I got my Mustang. I knew a lot about cars, but actual like experience working on cars, I had almost none. So yeah, I definitely learned a lot owning my car. Ah. Oh, you got T-tops in yours? Cool. Actually, what year's your Camaro? Oh, 92. So that's still the yeah, that's still that fourth or third gen at that point. That's cool. That's what I thought. Third gen. That's cool. I like them. They're not my favorite car, but I do enjoy them. Plus, hey, I mean, can't beat a 4i. If I were rich, what two cars would I like to own? Huh. Well, now that's a tough call of just limiting it to 2. Because I mean, like, my absolute dream car is a 1970 Dodge Coronet, Super B, or convertible for that matter. Interesting. An F40 and a Koenigsegg. Which Koenigsegg though? Because they've made a few. Like for me, yeah, like the Coronet and I don't know what the second car do. Actually, Toyota 2000 GT. That'd be the other car. Nice goal. That was beautiful. Oh, Regera. Cool. Very cool. Be like, give me a 70 Coronet and a like a 67 Toyota 2000 GT would be really cool. Oh, hey John, how's it going? Appreciate you coming out to live stream. We've been going for about an hour and a half. You'll have to apologize because I'll have to apologize because I am watching the hockey game at the same time. So yeah, and actually, John, he asked the question of if you could have any 2 cars on the planet, what would you have? Now, my favorite car to work on, the problem is with that, I've only worked on like a handful of cars. And, you know, it'd probably be my Mustang for that because, again, that's my car and it's my passion. But other than that, like, I've done work on other cars. Like, in, you know, like the Monaco, I did a little bit of work to that when I was selling that for Greg. And yeah. Well, okay, no room. You know how much room I have, so I'm sure you probably could work on your car outside if you really put your heart into it. But however, no tools. You know, that's fine. You'd have a Jesco and a Cybertruck. Now that is an interesting duo, I will say that. That's for sure. Yeah, that's cool. That'd be a cool duo of cars. And you know, I have actually wrenched on my car in like minus 35-degree weather. Was not enjoyable, but I did it. And which was ironic because I was fixing the car overheating when it was minus 35. And there's something ironic about overheating when it's negative 35. But hey, at the time though, that was I was having so many health issues at the time, and like I was having hot flashes a lot. So it was minus 35 outside, but I did not actually have like a jacket on or gloves or anything. I was actually in a shorts and a tank top because I was overheating. It's cheese. See, just cheese. Because when it comes to food, I am basic. To be honest, Mark, from a like working on them consistently, only about 2 years. Because before that, I had such limited experience that I wouldn't even consider it because, you know, like changing wheels on cars or whatever when you're young, I don't really think constitutes for that, right? Or like changing oil on a car when you're young. I don't think that really counts. Like actually like physically working on your car more. So it's only been about 2 years. Ah, well, there's a few different options. If you want like an easy car to work on, okay, go find yourself just about any generation of Honda Civic. Um, especially like the EG and back, they're pretty simple cars. Um, Volkswagen Beetle, like he mentioned, if you get like an air cooled Beetle, literally the motor drops out with like 4 bolts. It's amazing. So now see the a first gen Honda Civic is easy to work on, but it's a pain in the ass to find parts for. I'd say go for a second gen if you want to actually enjoy it a little more because there's more parts available for it. Because I've had such a hard time finding parts. um, but so okay, so you have those, Civic. Um, I would also do like an old like Fox bodies are really simple to work on. Um, any old square body Chevy or square body like Dodge, pretty simple as well. And basically any of the classic stuff that isn't like super luxurious is typically fairly easy to work on. So, but all their vehicles have their issues and that you have to look for.
Ducks get a power play here right off the face-off. Lucic called for tripping, and you can see what he thinks of that call. Regulus might be a little free, yeah, but he does get a stick in there and that's
Um, what resources? Honestly, any literature on the vehicles, like on your specific vehicle that you can find, that's gonna be your best source for learning. Like an old Chilton's manual or an old shop manual from a dealership would be amazing. Those are some of your best resources, and especially if you have a common car, you could even go on YouTube and like what he mentioned is Chris Fix is one of those good ones as well. And yeah, it's you know yeah, and old Chilton, like especially old Chiltons, because modern Chiltons is just a Haynes manual and it's not quite the same. They're still pretty decent, but they're not as good as the old stuff. So yeah, and that'll teach you everything you want to know about your car, damn near. You read it, it'll tell you what your spark plug gap should be. It'll tell you your firing order. It'll tell you how to disassemble the car. Like, it's pretty cool. Oh, excuse me. Depending on the vehicle, not really. Like, for example, okay, take my car. All the work that I've done, now I have farmed out a few things, but for the most part, I've done the work myself on Stitch. I really just got a basic toolkit, and from Canadian Tire, which I mean, I don't know if you're in Canada or not, which it's like a 180 piece toolkit. I do have an Impact as well, which has helped with some stuff. But the thing is, I bought the Impact actually very cheap at auction. Like, that Impact only cost me $7.50. So then I just needed to buy actual Impacts themselves to, like, sockets. Which my dad bought me the Impact set, so I asked for it for Christmas one year. But yeah. So not really. It depends on what you're doing. Like, there are some specialty tools for some things, but for the bulk of it, you can typically get away with a basic tool set. Hey, no worries, Mark. I'm always willing to help out whenever I can. Cause yeah, like, I basically just learned from doing it myself, right? And a lot of the older cars are just easier to work on, compared to the more modern stuff. Because once you start dealing with computers and stuff and the tight packaging, it's when it gets really difficult. But yeah, and I'm always willing to help out whenever I can. It depends on what you're doing with the car. Like, because there are some stuff that is really easy to work on with the car. Like, for example, my Fox body, the bulk of it was super easy to do. There was some stuff that, yes, was a pain, but because it's just how simple it is. And most vehicles that are, like, carbureted typically aren't as complicated to work on. And expensive can be. Like, don't get me wrong, yes. My car, I am, at this point, I think I'm over $8,000 into the car. But that's $8,000 Canadian. In 2 years. But, I could be a lot worse. There's people that are way deeper than that into their cars, so. Exactly, oh yeah. Like, just as long as you enjoy what you're doing, that's what's most important. And, try not to, like, when you are in the car hobby, because, yes, don't get me wrong, I've flipped vehicles myself. But if you're in it just for, like, money, it doesn't really lend itself well for that. So. See, that's cool, actually. A 64 Chevy pickup.
I think he might get called. Yeah, the officials are meeting. Oh, they're telling Matthew Tkachuk to go back to the bench. Well, we'll sort that out when we come back with 5:57 left. It's like a young Bikindi Matumbo.
That's funny. But yeah. Gosh. my brain is just like, okay, what to talk about now? Because I get to these points all the time, and yeah, I'm not sure. But oh jeez, I go. Ah, I'm watching the Calgary Flames versus the Anaheim Ducks, and it is currently 1-0 for the Flames. So I'm a Calgary Flames fan. I have been for the bulk of my life, and I really enjoy hockey. Hey, no worries, Andrew. Definitely appreciate you coming out to live stream. Hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Ciao. Yeah, see, that was a long time ago that they were the Atlanta Flames. I wasn't alive yet, so there's that. That was a funny penalty. Yeah, and see, I'm only 25 years old, so I've been around the block a bit, but not as long as some people have. Hey, you're very welcome. And yes, hopefully they can win. I mean, they're up 1-0 right now. They're on the PK at the moment though, so. Hey, Roy, how's it going? I can't wait for tomorrow. Very exciting. Oof. Yeah, it should be a good time. And plus seeing you and then having my car, with the new carb on it will be fantastic. Yeah, I absolutely am. I will text you when I am in the car about to leave, and it's gonna be around 3.5 hour drive because I am probably gonna stop once for sure, so it might even be 4 hours, but it will be It'll be a little earlier than I leave, just because we want to make sure that in case anything does happen, that we have plenty of time. Oh, same here. Because the car right now, it doesn't really idle that well. And, it idles okay, but it's not amazing. And also to see what the difference is in power and fuel economy. And everything that I have heard, this is going to gain me around 15 horsepower and probably around 4 miles to the gallon. It's an Autolite 2100. Oh, damn it. And it's a matter right now. I have all the gaskets, hopefully. This carb is a reman that only has 500 kilometers on it. Yeah. That's what I was told, and the guy gave it to me, so it's not like he would lie about that. If he was selling it to me, he might lie, but he gave me the carb for free. And just said, yeah, it only had 500 kilometers on it from his, he had it on a Bronco. And then he decided to go to a 4-barrel after that, so. Oh, right, I've got I have a full gasket kit for it, so I don't think it needs to be rebuilt at all, but just like for base gaskets and whatnot. But you know, like the thing is, the adapter itself didn't come with any gaskets, so we might have to utilize some of the gaskets from that and whatever else too. So we'll see for sure. The pizza was amazing, and of course, you know, it's one of my favorite pizzas throughout. You know, Pizza 73, love it. I went out to Olds for it, totally worth it. But also, I was getting some groceries out in Olds too, so it was worth it in the end too. Yeah. You know, and then, because yeah, you saw, I think you commented on the video actually of the paint, which you'll see the paint in person, and like the driver's side looks so much better than the passenger side. So yeah, he would be very similar to the Car Wizard. I couldn't see him shaving his head though. Would be funny though.
Frigidaire induction heats faster than gas or electric, and spills won't burn on. So it's a breeze to clean.
Motivation.
That's using your Frigidaire.
But yeah, actually, because there's something that when I'm up there though that I am gonna ask you, because it's actually concerning whenever I turbo the car. Because I had an idea with it compared to. See, you could just about be, because you have the knowledge, or at least the bulk of the knowledge, anyways. Like, and you do some wild stuff too. So yeah, I could see it, to be honest. Because yeah, like actually putting the turbo on my car, whenever I end up actually doing that, which won't be for quite a while, to be honest, but I had an idea. Because, you know, bolting into the manifold and everything, but then routing, instead of it being a blow-through setup, do you think that where the EGR valve hooks into on the intake, do you think it would actually work to route the turbo into that? Because I'm not too sure, honestly, if that would work or not. The hole, I think, is big enough, but not sure. No? It was just a thought, because just like, you know, instead of going a blow-through, do like a draw-through, but I wasn't too sure. That's what I wanted to ask, to be honest. Okay, that's fair. So that's why I wanted to ask you more up there, too, about it. It was a thought I had, because it's like, hey, I mean, that's technically still into the intake, and it would, with the forced air, you'd think it would draw, but, you know, thinking about it, it probably wouldn't work that way. And also, like, okay, like, you know, just science sometimes, when you think about it in your head, doesn't work as well as what's actually on paper and how physics actually works, so. But yeah. Well, I appreciate it. I mean, if he checks it out, that'd be cool, but I don't know if he would or not. He's a pretty busy guy. So, and I'm still waiting to hear back from Scotty Kilmer. Don't know if he'll get back to me or not, but... Oh, Roy's channel, okay. Yeah, I mean, he might actually enjoy that. Yeah, I guess that does make sense, actually, that, yeah, it would blow upwards, not just in and down like it should. It would blow both up and down. So yeah, no, that does make sense actually. Yeah. Okay. Oh, for sure, I get that. I don't expect an email back anytime soon, or even getting an email back at all. So, you know, it's totally okay if he doesn't get back to me. Because, you know, even though... Has he? Oh, okay, that's cool. Damn near. Oh. To a certain degree, yeah. And it's interesting how he does his, because, like, he has such major editing involved in his videos. But they were good, though. Yeah. Yeah, and also like, and I can't wait, you know, to see you, to work on the car and stuff like that. But then also for the cruise too, would be very fun. Cause yeah, like I haven't been on a proper cruise, like, cause the thing is, when No Boys Allowed in Calgary did their cruise, they just cannonball, and it's kind of annoying actually. It's not proper cruising. Looking at the weather, it's not looking as warm. Like, I would have actually came yesterday, but then you told me about the cruise, and it's like, oh hey, that would be cool, right? Because yesterday it was quite warm. Because they're only saying like about 8 degrees or so, which is decent, but it's not that nice. But, you know, here's open. That's cool. That's very cool. I don't know how many people are going to show up for this cruise in particular, but it'll be a fun time. I've invited a couple of my friends out, and it seems like both of them are going to make it, so it's pretty cool. Not sure what my buddy Keith is going to show up in. Probably a Mercury Capri, because he's got a few of them. And then my buddy actually, he just sent me a bunch of messages. He'll probably be in his Mark 8. So, wait, you were in Rocky Mountain House and didn't tell me? That's so close to me. You were looking at 55 Chevys in Rocky and you didn't tell me? I'm so offended. Oh yeah, definitely. I know that for sure. For a friend in my Hudson. Yeah, well, hey, Roy, next time you're that close, and especially looking at cool stuff like that, hit me up. I would come out and, you know, hang out with you and check out cars with you. I love doing that, to be honest. I understand if you didn't have time or whatever else, and if it was like a last minute thing or whatever, that's totally fine. I get it. And I'm not actually upset that you didn't tell me. It's totally cool. You know, I'd be a little more upset if you came to Sundry and didn't let me know. Or even Olds. But, Yeah, I do know about the old like forums were huge back in the day. I know they're like you can look at some of the forum archives and they're just massive.
A fake COVID-19 vaccination, I believe, also says its current investigation into allegations of domestic abuse made against Kane by his estranged wife.
Well, yeah, I appreciate that.
Kane gone for 21 games. He released a statement by the PA earlier tonight. I would like to apologize to my team, the San Jose Sharks organization, and all Sharks fans for violating the NHL COVID protocols. I made a mistake when I sincerely regret and take responsibility for it. During my suspension, I will continue to participate in counseling to make me better decisions, help make me better decisions in the future. When my suspension is over, I plan to return to the ice with great effort,
Oof.
determination, and love.
Yeah, it is a long day.
Hockey Sharks added a statement of their own. While we are encouraged by
But hey, it sounds like you had fun though. You're checking out 55 Chevys. That's fun day.
From the Jets, Blake Wheeler has entered the NHL's COVID-19 protocols. His status for when fencing Tuesday against the Wild unknown. Details.
Well, there you go. That's cool. It's very fun. Always like to hear when my friends have fun.
The Canucks, Travis Hamonic has been placed on a temporary leave of absence on a 2-year extension. The Canucks elected to not report for training camp. Peter Benning said he was dealing with personal matters. In a statement, the team asked that Hamonic's privacy be respected and they will not make any further comments.
The Lightning down a man.
'Cause yeah, and then when like
John Cooper said that Kucherov's injury is not a day-to-day thing. 2019 Archer.
like I am just super excited for tomorrow and everything. It'll be such a great time. Such a great time. Plus, I get to see multiple friends, which is nice because some of these people I haven't seen in a long time, so it'd be cool. I need to find where is my hairbrush? There it is. I need to move that back. It's okay. No, don't do that. Let's brush out my hair a little bit. Make it look a little nicer. Yeah, like I'm hoping to get out of here by about 9 o'clock or so. So we'll see if I'm able to do that or not. But so I mean, I already filled the car up with gas tonight, so shouldn't be an issue going up to stop for gas. I just might stop for food, but other than that. Likely stop depending on time if they're open. Like in Red Deer, stop at Peters. So for some food.
I'll make sure you make your flight. Sorry, it's been a while. It's been a long time for everyone.
Yeah, I love Peters.
Can you take our chances? Have a great flight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and like I haven't had Peters in a while, so and now that my trip Wednesday has I think been canceled because I was going to go to Calgary for a friend's she is moving up to Edmonton and unfortunately we were going to have a car cruise for her and meet, but sadly for kind of a going away sort of party right in Calgary, but unfortunately she had close contact with COVID, so she has to isolate pretty much until she moves, so it's kind of sad. But oh well. I told her that, I'll visit her up in Edmonton when she's settled in.
With all proceeds going to the Canadian Cancer Society. Get your tickets today at stampeders.com/tickets. Celebrating 75 years of Stampeders football.
I get it.
Sportsnet
You do.
Now and NHL Live. It's like perfect harmony for hockey fans. Sportsnet Now already provides so much hockey.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hopefully it's on
More games are being included in
I'm just hoping by like next summer that we're finally stopping, like we stop talking about it finally. That it's, you know, kind of a thing of the past type thing. We can move on. But we'll see. Okay, no, do not stand on the pizza box. There's still pizza in there. Hey you, can you get in? Hey you.
Welcome back to the Scotiabank Saddle. After 20 minutes, it's the Ducks and Flames tied at 1 as we walk into the goal scorer for the Calgary Flames. Blake Coleman. I don't know if it's the pickle juice, Blake, but that thing seems to be working. We touched on it off the top of the show. That had to feel good. Did you here at home, the home opener?
What are you doing, kid?
That had to feel great.
Yeah, really just appreciate doing the sauce.
Just looking the other way. Hey. Hi, buddy. I love you.
How'd you like your first 20 as a group? It looked like there were plenty of positives there. What do you think?
That's good. It's up and down, I thought.
Oh, such a nice goal.
Another gear to get to here, but, you know, part of that's just staying out of the box and keeping it 5-on-5 or looking to man up. Because where they got
Big yawn for the fat cat on my lap.
decent start. I like the
Yeah. Rascal's just lurking in the background over there. And then Saber's on my lap. And then yes, there's this cat too.
their skills, but they're
Meow.
stay physical and don't give you time and space. It's tough league when you don't have time to think and make plays. So,
Or, I mean,
a little quicker to our spots. I think we're a little
could also be Pikachu.
one step behind there, and we'll be all right.
Pikachu!
Thanks a lot.
Always having fun. Always having fun. Okay, don't stand on the pizza box. I told you this. Kitten. Not for kitties. Don't you two fight. He's allowed to be here, Rascal. You know, he's old school. I definitely appreciate you coming out. I'm probably gonna end this really soon because like the chat's kind of dead. I was gonna end this about an hour ago, but still kept on going. So later, old school. Enjoy the rest of your evening. So what have you been up to today? Roy? Definitely will. 100% will have fun tomorrow. It'll be a great time. Plus, you know, my winter tires are on the car too, so. Which is fun.
Calgary Health Foundation Hospital Home Lottery. Don't miss your chance to win the $800,000
Ah, fair.
early bird prize
I said there's a lot of stuff in your yard, so
with a luxury condo built by Spring Creek and located in the heart of
get that. Absolutely.
Stunning views of the Three Sisters. Plus, it comes with a Ford F-150 and $25,000 cash. All you have to do is get in early. Buy now at CalgaryHospitalHomeLottery.com. Hey, Stamps fans, join us in our fight.
You're gonna try to park there in the backyard?
October 23rd, 7:45
Well, good luck. Hopefully it'll fit back there.
$20 apiece, with all proceeds going to the Canadian Cancer Society. Get your tickets today at stampeders.com/tickets. Celebrating 75 years of Stampeders football. What kind of future do you want to live in? How about a future where your truck can power your job site? A future where any terrain is fair game for adventure. A future where an SUV is so intelligent it can read the speed limit from a sign. And a future that's just around the corner. At Ford, we've built that future, and you can order yours today.
Oh, really?
Get a factory order
Cool.
plus other great offers. Built for you, by you, only at your
That's interesting.
Warriors, Lakers,
Ah.
on Sportsnet 360.
Yeah, see, and unfortunately, I can't park cars in my yard. It's just not big enough. Like, I could probably squeeze the Civic in between the deck and the house next door, but I'm not going to do that. Even though the Civic's not even here. It's actually out of the shop right now. So, Because, yeah, I just got to a point of like, okay, my dad's not going to work on this with me. And I just don't have the motivation to do it myself. It's just one of those deals because it's not really my car. Even though, yes, I will be driving it, but it's not my car. So, I just did not want to do it as much as I want to drive it and stuff like that. It's one of those deals. Oh yeah, the little short video with showing the Mustang and the Civic side by side. It's my dad's car, technically. It'll probably eventually become my car, but I'll likely have to buy it too. So there's that. Which I'll definitely buy the car off of him, 100%. And I'll likely be the one driving it more than him, to be honest. Like, because that car is probably going to end up being my daily driver when it's on the road. You know, my dad will have his fun with it and drive it whenever he wants to, but like for the most part, I'll be driving it more often. You know, park Stitch a little bit, just over the winter. Because to be honest, Civics can be a way better winter car than Stitches. That's for sure. But hopefully tomorrow I will get more information from the mechanic, because I'm hoping that he gets it into his shop tomorrow. My dad, no. My dad has only had the car since May, I think. So not a long time. But he's only the second owner of the car. The first owner, you know, bought it new in Calgary. So it is pretty cool that way. But, yeah. You know, because I was trying to convince my dad, hey, come work on the car with me, but he just did not have any enthusiasm for it. As much. So, and the car's just mostly sat. I've done all the work to it myself. Which hasn't been much, to be honest. Like, I changed out the spark plugs. I swapped out the rotor, because I couldn't swap out the cap. The plug wires that they gave me were garbage. Like that I bought off Rock Auto. They were like new old stock of like these Borg Warners, but they were like probably 20 or 30 years old. And you can see they were starting to discolor and deteriorate a little. So just like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
We have to talk about this. I'm sorry. No, go ahead. This doesn't happen. This is going to live in infamy. This is
I have not, no.
This book was going out of bounds. This just shows the hand-eye that this guy has. And the presence of mind, right? And the presence of mind. He tried to keep...
You know, 1930 Model 8. No, I don't think I've seen that.
Gets a penalty. Well, at the end of the day, and the Ducks score on the power play. He tries to play it cool. But at the end of the day, you can even see him say to the ref, you know what? You made the right call. It was going out of play. It was good.
I see, bro.
Anyway, so don't pick that power play goal on him. That was just wildly entertaining. It was just so Kachuk, wasn't it? Just so Kachuk.
Again, one of the topics I think everybody around this market anyhow is talking about, that's the captain. Who's going to wear the seat now that Mark Giordano has moved on? I'm not so sure we're going to...
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one around, to be honest.
I think that's why you're not going to see Captain V8 anytime soon. Yeah, the entire season. You know, here are the...
And
Craig,
yeah,
Chris Tannen, of course. Sean
bucket list car. That's fair. Yeah, I'll have to check that out, because who knows, maybe I'll recognize the car when I see it. Because there are a couple of Model A's around. One car, I don't know if he's sold it yet. Because somebody has a Chrysler 300D, I believe. Now, the motor, don't get me wrong, it runs and drives just fine, but it blows a lot of blue out the back. It's like, that motor probably needs either valve seals or piston rings. So, and at that point, you're probably just rebuilding the motor anyways. But it's a very nice car overall. It is a sort of cream color, like tannish cream. And he was asking, I think it was $17,500 for it. So,
Martin, and those guys have so much respect. So, as you heard, John Cooper,
But, you know.
Leslie reported, said Blake Hogan
It's all good. Because, yeah, like, there's so many cars that I want. And such cool stuff. But, in time, maybe. Might buy some of these. Just when I have more money. Because I'm kind of broke at the moment. But, you know, it'll be fine. Good. It'll all work out. And, like, you know, recently I upped my limit on my credit card. Because they gave me a free upgrade. Which was really nice. Because I was able to put the exhaust on the credit card. So. Oh. Come on, Cujo. Gonna say, I mean, I've never messed with a Model A, so to be honest, like, I mean, I've been around a lot of them, but to actually like work on one or drive one, I've never done that. So, I mean, and I can imagine like some of that older stuff, like that really old stuff, is fairly simple, but can be finicky because things have to just be dialed in just right for them to go. Yeah, like there was a guy in here earlier asking, you know, like these questions of, you know, what are simple cars to work on and stuff like that, and you know, like to learn on and whatever else. And you know, I told him the basic stuff, right? You know, basically just about any generation of Honda Civic, square body Chevy, Fox body, that sort of thing, right? And yeah. Interesting. That's kind of weird. Meow. Hi, fat cat. Okay, Snapchat. That's getting away. Huh, but. Hey, no worries, Roy. Appreciate you coming out. Good luck with the car, and I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Peace. Actually, I'm probably gonna end this here too, to be honest, because hey, you too. Yeah. I'm probably gonna end this here, to be honest, because nobody else is really talking, and you know, I've been doing this for almost 2.5 hours anyway, so you know, it's nice to take a break and be able to divulge all of my focus on watching the game. So yeah, for the lone viewer that's here, thank you for sticking around to the end here, and yeah, I will catch you around. Hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, and yeah, bye. Pikachu.